What if God had already written your story before you even took your first breath? Now picture this, a tiny baby tucked into a fragile basket, floating helplessly down a river filled with danger. A mother's desperate prayer rises up as the world around her crumbles. Chaos, fear, and hopelessness everywhere. Yet even then, God was already moving, already writing a story far greater than anyone could imagine. Today, we're stepping into the epic beginning of Moses, the baby in the Nile. This isn't some ancient tale. It's a living reminder that God still has a plan for you, for me, and for the exact time we're living in. Get ready. This journey will stir your heart and reignite your faith. Are you ready to see how God turns the impossible into a miracle? Let's travel back to ancient Egypt, where darkness ruled, but hope was about to rise. Step into ancient Egypt, thousands of years ago. The Hebrews are enslaved, oppressed under Pharaoh's ruthless rule. But the darkness grows even deeper. Pharaoh issues a chilling decree. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile. Can you feel the terror in a mother's heart? Jochebed, Moses' mother, is living a nightmare. She cradles her newborn son, knowing his life could be ripped away at any moment. Sound familiar? We're living in chaotic times, too. Economic stress, division, and a growing fear about what tomorrow might bring. But here's the truth. God is never surprised. Exodus 1:22 reveals Pharaoh's cruel command. Yet even in that darkness, God was already at work. What would you do if the world tried to steal hope from your home? Jochebed refused to surrender. Her faith was about to ignite a miracle. One small act of courage was about to change the course of history. And then, Jochebed does the unthinkable. She builds a small basket, seals it with pitch, and gently places her baby, her heart, in it. With tears in her eyes and a desperate prayer in her soul, she sets the basket on the Nile's current. Think about that moment. She's letting go of her child, with no guarantees. That basket wasn't just made of straw, it was made of faith, woven with hope and surrender. Have you ever had to let go of something and trust God? Completely out of your control? Your fears, your future, maybe even your family. It's terrifying, but that's where faith truly begins. Hebrews 11:23 says, "By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months." Jochebed's courage was a whisper of something greater, because Moses wasn't just any child. He was a deliverer, a glimpse of the one true deliverer, Jesus, who would one day save us all. So let me ask you, do you have the strength to surrender like she did? Because what looked like goodbye was really God saying, "Watch what I'm about to do." That tiny basket wasn't drifting aimlessly, it was sailing toward destiny. Now, watch God's hand in motion. The basket drifts through the reeds, not lost, not forgotten, but guided, right into the arms of Pharaoh's daughter. She bends down, opens the basket, and in that instant, her heart breaks wide open. She sees the helpless baby and chooses love over law. She chooses to adopt him. But wait, here comes the miracle. Out of all the women in Egypt, she unknowingly hires Moses' own mother to nurse him. The enemy planned destruction, but God flipped the script. Pharaoh's palace became the safe haven for God's chosen child. Have you ever seen God turn the enemy's plan into a setup for victory? Romans 8:28 reminds us, "All things work together for good to those who love God." That's not just poetry, it's real. The same God who saved Moses is active today. We see it in the signs, wars, rumors of wars, just like Jesus said in Matthew 24. But don't be afraid, don't lose heart. God is still writing his story. Through the chaos, through the darkness. Jochebed's faith didn't just protect her child, it opened the door for destiny. And Moses' journey, it was only beginning. Because when God sets the stage, something epic is always coming next. Years passed, and that tiny baby from the Nile became a man shaped by heaven. One day, in the stillness of the wilderness, God speaks to him through fire, calling Moses from a burning bush to stand up to the most powerful man on earth. From drifting through the reeds to standing before Pharaoh, Moses' life proves this. God often begins with something small, to shake the world. Have you ever felt that quiet pull in your soul? A sense that your life was meant for something more than just survival? What if, just like Moses, you're being prepared to carry light into darkness? Jesus warned us in Matthew 24. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nations will rise against nations. Look around. Those signs are unfolding. But here's the truth. God's not panicking. He's positioning. He's raising up a faithful generation right now, and you're a part of it. Like Moses, you're not here by accident. You're called. So, are you ready to say, "Here I am, Lord"? Because the same God who lit the bush in the desert is lighting a fire in you. Your story isn't on pause. Your calling is closer than you think, and the next chapter is waiting to be written. Listen closely, because this part is for you. That baby in the Nile wasn't just Moses. It was a picture of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, God sees you. He sees your pain, your questions, your turbulent river, and just like that basket held a promise, so does your life. You might feel like you're drifting right now, but God's hands are steady. He's calling you to trust Him, to let go, to put your basket, your fears, your future, your faith, fully in His care. Revelation 3:20 says, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock." Jesus is knocking right now, not with pressure, but with love. We're watching prophecy unfold, wars, chaos, uncertainty. But that's not the end. It's the beginning of God's final plan. So let me ask you, are you ready? Ready to surrender everything and say yes to Him? The same God who saved Moses is calling your name. And your river? It's not your end, it's your beginning. Step out in faith, because where it leads is a miracle. The story of the baby in the Nile proves one powerful truth. God is sovereign, always. He took a mother's desperate act, her letting go, and turned it into a nation's deliverance. And if He did it then, He can do it now. He can do it for you. So today, let go of the fear. Surrender your anxiety. Pray, trust, because God is moving in these prophetic days. Psalm 33:11 declares, "The plans of the Lord stand firm forever." So cling to that. If this story moved your heart, don't let it stop here. We're on a journey through faith, and you're invited. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you never miss what God's doing next. Let's dive deeper into the Word, side by side. We're growing closer to Jesus, together, in truth, in hope, and in purpose. Your next step of faith, it's just one click away. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's keep seeking His plan, together.